Hi! Don't be scared. Don't be scared. This is the after chemo look. It's pretty horrendous, isn't it? Not quite as usual as my normal befores, but I haven't done a live in ages, and I'm not waiting for people to join. If you join, you join. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. So I haven't done a live in ages, but sorry, I'm worried about my phone. I'm using this anti-gravity cover that the last time I did a live it kept falling, so I'm just kind of thinking it's gonna fall. So I did that post yesterday. Oh, hi Anne-Marie. I did a post yesterday about, hi Emily, my hair, and how I used to have quite a lot of hair. This is kind of the hair that I've got now, and this is morning hair. I've literally not done anything with it this morning, and I kind of thought, I know it's a bit gross, but I kind of thought I'm going to brush it live so that I can kind of show you kind of like what's going on. So I use one of these tangle teasers because it doesn't pull your hair too much, and one thing that I don't want is I don't want it kind of pulling on the hair to actually pull any more out of my head, because quite clearly you'll see in a minute my hair, I am actually losing my hair. I've lost, I would say, a good 40% of my hair, but it's still there and it's still kind of like doing okay, but it's just not as thick or as much there as it was before. So this is pretty much all I can do to my hair. I can't really use any heated products, I can't really use any styling products, and I shouldn't really be putting it up in a ponytail or anything like that. So that is literally it for my hair. So that's about as much as I'm going to brush, because you've got to get rid of the loose stuff that's in there, otherwise you are going to end up with really kind of like matted hair. So I do try and get rid of as much as I can. So there we go. One last time because it just feels a bit knotty there. Okay, and I think the told you that had happened, didn't I? Anti-gravity phone things, they're just not great, but I need a new one. I need a new kind of like thing to stick on my mirror, whatever you call them. Right, let's try again. So you can see I've hardly brushed it, and actually there's quite a lot of hair there, but it has slowed, so I'm not fretting. We're still going with it. I'm not fretting. Right, okay, I'm going to flick onto some makeup. If you want to ask me any questions about what's been going on with me, because I think we're about 10 weeks since diagnosis, and since the chemo started, I've not really hopped on live. Sorry, still pulling hair out. I've not really hopped on live, and life's just been like a whirlwind. So I thought I'm going to hop on. You can ask me any questions. I can tell you about stuff while I'm doing my makeup. Because we've got a few things going on today, including working from home and including kind of dialing into a team meeting. So they might get to see my face, so I need to make sure I look okay. So I'm just going to go on with my primer first of all. So let me kind of like whiz back a little bit and think about what's gone on, and I can tell you kind of bits and pieces about, I don't know, living with cancer, I suppose. God, that's terrible, isn't it, to say that? So I first had my first chemo was horrendous. The chemo itself isn't too bad. You just sit there and they, kind of syringe chemicals into you. I was surprised at the actual size of the actual syringes that they have. If you go to Boots and you get like a meal deal and you get like a triangle sandwich and a bag of crisps, and then you go and get a bottle of pop and you get like the Pepsi Max or whatever. It's about this. The syringes are about the same size as the Pepsi Max bottles, which gave me a little bit of a shock. Sorry, I'm looking on my dressing table. I know what I'm looking for. My lips and all my skin and everything is just horrendous after chemo. My lips are dry. I've got little spot patches. It's just not good. Yeah, Emily. She don't like stuff like that though, does she? So that first chemo was, God, beginning of March, so it was a long time ago now. But it's, I've kind of got used to it now, I suppose. So now it's about bringing it into my life and making it part of my life, because it's going to go on until the end of July, the chemo at least, assuming everything goes to plan. So you kind of get sat down and you've got these 4 massive syringes that they just kind of like plug into you, and that's it, you're away. And it just made me feel drunk. That's the only way I could explain it. I went from normal to drunk in about 10 minutes. And when I say drunk, I don't mean like slurring my words. Well, I was slurring my words actually. I don't mean like giddy drunk. I mean that kind of like, that drunk where you just like, I need to get into bed now. I need to get into bed. I need to sleep. Don't speak to me. Don't talk to me. That kind of drunk. Sorry, I don't tell you what I'm doing. That was a lip exfoliator, by the way. It's kind of like a lip balm, but it's got like sugar crystals in it, and it really does help my lips when I'm going through this, and I'm trying to bring my skin back to life again. So you go from kind of like normal to just desperate to go to bed and feeling sick, and you can't focus on things and all stuff like that. And then the next day it's like a hangover. It's like the worst hangover you've ever had in your life. And then a couple of days later the side effects hit you. So you think you're kind of doing okay because you're like, oh, it's a bit of hangover, I can deal with this. And then it really slams you, and that first one really did slam me. Oh my God. And I can't put you on a selfie stick or anything because I'm trying to do my makeup, because I'm trying to multitask, because I'm good at stuff like that usually. Not always with chemo brain, but I do try and multitask. Right, I think it's stuck back on again now. Okay, so then it kind of slams you with like aches and pains and headaches, and I literally went to bed on the Sunday and I didn't get out of bed until the Wednesday. So that was the first one. Now, the second one wasn't too bad. I'm going to use my BB Flawless, so that's Beauty Balm, Beauty Balm, and it's like a tinted moisturiser this, but it's ever so slightly stronger. But what this does is whereas I love the liquid foundation that we have, it's very matte. This gives you a little bit of that kind of glow coming through, so when you're someone like me who needs to make yourself look a bit more healthy, it's quite a good one. So then the second chemo, they kind of gave me loads of extra stuff, like painkillers and stuff, to kind of deal with the side effects a little bit better, and they cut down all the main medications. So whereas the first time, oh hi Laura, whereas the first time that I had chemo, I think it was 4 steroids beforehand and 2 anti-sickness tablets. The second time they did it, they cut my steroids down by half and they cut my sickness tablets down by half, and the effects were so much easier to deal with and so much easier to live with. So that worked really well. But then I had an MRI scan, and in the MRI scan they realised that the tumour wasn't actually responding as well as they would have liked. Can you see my hairline starting to go there, guys? So yeah, they realised the tumour had shrunk. It had shrunk a centimetre, which is a quarter of the size of the tumour, but it hadn't shrunk as much as they wanted it to. So they decided to move me onto a different type of chemical this time, and they moved me onto something called docetaxel, which, to be honest, in some of the kind of breast cancer groups and stuff that I'm linked to, that was quite frightening, because people seem to be getting really bad. This is getting to be a comedy show now, isn't it? What can I do? I can't really do anything. I'm going to have to hold you there. So the docetaxel gives you different... Sorry, just trying to sort it out. The docetaxel gives you different side effects, and the side effects are more fluey and achy painy kind of side effects. So I was a bit worried about this one this time, and then when I had it, it actually wasn't too bad. Again, I mean, I was up and about on because I had it on the Thursday, so I was up and about on the Good Friday. Hi Samantha. and it was just that hangovery type thing again on the Friday. And then the Saturday, sorry, I'm trying to stick you back on. On the Saturday we went to Skipton and just had an hour in Skipton because I figured I've got these kind of places that I've never been that I kind of want to go look around, and I figure, you know, recovery from chemo, it just means that I'm just sat in the car and it's not too bad, and if I want to sleep, you know, on the way home or whatever, I can do if it gets too much. So we had a lovely day, a lovely afternoon out in Skipton, came back, literally slept, and then on Sunday it did hit me again. So it always seems to be the Sunday where it hits me, and the aches and the pains, oh my god. I kept saying to people beforehand, when I used to go to the gym all the time, you know, my body used to ache all the time. So I was like, surely it can't be any worse than like a full week at the gym, weight training and cardio, like full burst. Surely it can't be any worse than that. Well, it was. I couldn't get comfy. It was like my whole body was cramping all the time. Really wasn't kind of great fun at all. And then in the small of my back, god, I felt like I was like 50 or something. It was just pretty and then you get through that, then you end up with the runs because that's the next side effect. So it's like, it's just constant, and that's kind of like where I'm at the moment. So Sunday and Monday really weren't good. You'll have seen a post that I put on Monday that was like, oh god, I was just ready to give up. I just was so fed up of fighting this all the time, because it is hard work, and it's really mentally draining, because you're looking at yourself all the time and you're seeing yourself fade, you're seeing yourself get weaker. I'm going from someone with like loads of hair, I don't know, I've never had bad skin, you know, I've always looked at, I've never been happy with my body and my body shape and stuff, but who is kind of thing, but I've never looked at my body and thought it was failing me. I was maybe failing it with junk food and alcohol and stuff, but I never felt like my body was failing me. And to look at yourself in the mirror and just look at your body and, you know, feel like it's just failing you, and feel like, you know, you're so sad that, you know, it feels like it's getting weaker all the time, and you've gone from being someone who, you know, would golf 4 hours on a Saturday to someone who literally after an hour's worth of housework and you need to sit down and you need to sleep, and it's just that kind of thing that makes it really kind of sad. And it's the mental aspect that I find really difficult, going from being someone who was very capable to being someone who I don't feel very capable, to be honest. I'm doing my best. I get back into life as quickly as I can. Like now, I recovered on, what day are we on? Oh, Thursday. So Monday was my worst day. Tuesday started off pretty bad, and then I got up out of bed at about 2 o'clock and I was like, oh, it's gone. It feels better. It just goes. It just disappears. And so it had just gone and just disappeared, and then I start getting back into life again. And then, but I go full headlong. So I was working yesterday, but I was working from home because, you know, that's one of the things that I'm allowed to do. And, you know, I did as much as I could, really. And you just got to try and live with it. Now, there's the other side of it, which says, do you know it's triple negative? And what triple negative means is triple negative means that it's the most likely breast cancer to reoccur. Now, I'm learning about stuff like this all the time. I'm just going to use a little eye palette to fill in my eyebrows, because even though I've had them microbladed, I actually couldn't go back to do the top up. So there are a few little kind of like gaps there that now that the hairs are going, you know, I love the microblade and it's given me, I don't know what I would have done. Oh, we're on low power. I don't know what I would have done without these microblades. Oh my god! I can't do it. I can't do it one hand. I'm going to have to hold you. Can I do my makeup while I'm holding you? So, yeah. So I'm just kind of chuntering on, aren't I, really? While I do my makeup, and show you how I make myself look human. So that I don't go out and scare children, which I think I probably would if I didn't do all. Can you imagine? Running from the state of the chemo girl. So yeah, so I started working again yesterday, but I hit a brick wall at about 4 o'clock, and I was just like, I can't do it, and I had to go to bed for an hour. But this is life now. Life is about how I can manage, how I can cope, what I need to do day to day to A, get through the day, and B, actually, you know, I don't know, survive. No, not survive, because surviving is not what this is about for me. This is about, I say it all the time, I don't want to survive, I want to thrive. This is going to change me for the better. It's not going to, you know, drag me down and all that kind of stuff, but I have my days, and you can see that because I'm trying to be as real as I can on Facebook. If it's a bad day, it's a bad day, and I try and show you that. So, okay, so let me just run through what I've done, because I don't know what I'm even talking about. I'm just chuntering now. So, I've used the BB Flawless rather than the liquid foundation because that has given me a little bit of a shine to my skin, and it brings my skin tone through. It's going to help me during the day as well with these dry patches and stuff. Okay, so then after that, I've used the concealer. I pulled it down in a triangle shape so that I get a better look rather than just covering up the bags, which are quite horrendous at the moment. I've gone onto my eyebrows. I've filled my eyebrows in using the Brow Obsession palette, which has all sorts of different bits and pieces in there to make your brows look really good. But for today, I'm literally just filling them in. I'm going to go on with some lashes in a minute and some eyeliner trick. And then I use the Alamode Luminizer just on my cheekbones there. And that's in Lustrous, which is the rose gold colour. And that just gives me that lovely kind of sheen there. So that's bringing some health back into my face again. So, oh God, sorry. You can tell I haven't done one of these makeup lives for ages. I'm not telling you what, I'm too busy telling you about chemo and stuff that I'm not telling you what's going on. I'm just going to put a little touch of blusher just on the apple of my cheeks there. Okay. Okay. That is literally, and I used a bit of bronzer, didn't I, to warm up my face. So from now, we have another chemo early May, and then we have another MRI scan. And then this MRI scan is going to hopefully show that the docetaxel that they changed me to is actually working, and that, you know, we will continue. However, if it's not working, then it may be an opportunity to look at pulling surgery forward. So everything's still a bit up in the air, everything changes every day. Last week I went in to see the consultant and found out that they'd found more lumps, and so I had loads of biopsies. So I had 5 biopsies in total, and they're on both sides now. So if these lumps come back cancerous, then we've got possible double mastectomy to be talking about, or double lumpectomy now. So who knows? Who knows? It is seriously just one day at a time, one day at a time. So I'm just going to do a little trick with my eyeliner. Just make sure there's no sleep in there. I normally use a white pencil for this, but you can use a gold or a silver. And the white pencil is the best for kind of bringing your eyes out, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm just going to show you what I would do, but I'm going to do it with the gold pencil. So you're literally just going to go into that corner there, and you're just going to do a little V. And this is one of my top tricks. And what that does is that just creates a little bit of light reflectiveness in that corner, which makes your eyes pop a little bit and come to life a little bit. And then I'm just going to go on with my mascara, which you know is the 3D Fibre Lashes, and that's going to bring me back to life a little bit more. So I don't think I've done a bad job, because I think I've gone from pretty inhuman, scaring children mode to human. So I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try and come in so you can see. I've never had thick lashes, but I've always had decent lashes, and the lashes are one of the things that are taking a hit at the moment. And all I can do at the moment is continue with these 3D fibres, because they actually make a massive difference to my lashes. They just thicken them up at the moment, but I'm not sure what's going to happen when my lashes actually come out properly. Because when I've not got lashes, there's no point using mascara and 3D fibres. So I've got some strip lashes ready to go, so that we're ready for, you know, ready for when that happens. Oh, hi Claire. Oh, Laura, don't worry. You head off to work, honey. It was only a quick kind of visit, really. It wasn't meant to be anything amazing, so just have a good day. So you can see I'm getting lashes now, and that's the fibres that are sticking there, so that's good. So they're keeping me going for a little bit. Hi Jane. So at the moment, a lot of this kind of like, when you all see me and you all go, oh, you look so healthy. I don't, it's makeup. And I shouldn't be telling you that, really. It's all little tips and tricks that I've kind of learned over this last year, becoming a unique presenter, that I can go from sick sick to healthy in like 2 seconds. Right, someone gave me a top tip on that. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. I'm not going to correct it. And a bold lip. You know what I say about a bold lip? I know neutral lips are nice. I do love neutral lips. But a bold lip will brighten your day. I promise. I promise. Right. I'm just going to finish off these lashes, seal them in. Is there anything else that anybody wants to know about the whole cancer situation? Any questions? Because I don't know what I've told you and what I haven't told you. But I am absolutely, open to any kind of question that you want to know. I'm busy. I tell you what I'm doing. I'm using the rose water at the moment. I have a reaction to the dressings that they use on me. I'll have to see if I can get a picture. And I've got like a big square, a big square where they've put like one of the dressings on me after the biopsies, and it's bright red and it's itchy, and I've got 5 other things because I've got 3 on that side and 2 on that side. And I was looking the other day and I was thinking, what can I use? What can I use to correct this? What can I use? And it suddenly came to me that rose water stuff that we have, while I use it as a toner, is meant to be really good for like sunburn and stuff. So I'm actually using the rose water to try and get rid of it. We'll see. We'll see. Right, I'm going to be a bit of a... I can't find it. Oh, let's have a look. Let's see if I can use it with my rose water. So I've just got a Q-tip, look. And I'm just going to wet it. I hope I've wet it enough. And the mascara up there should have dried. So you just touch it and twist it. Look at that. Oh, got a message come up. And that just comes away without... You can do that on eyeshadow and you can get rid of eyeshadow. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Anne-Marie, do they give you anti-sickness medication, strong painkillers? Yeah. You get strong painkillers? No, actually. I live on paracetamol and ibuprofen, and if anybody ever comes to visit me, please bring me paracetamol and ibuprofen, because when you go to the shops, you can only buy 2 packets. And I didn't know that. I went to Sainsbury's, I had a conveyor belt full of paracetamols and ibuprofen. No one served me. I didn't know that. So I run out of paracetamols and ibuprofen quite a lot, because I do take them quite a lot. So you manage as much of the pain as you can with paracetamols and ibuprofen. The only painkillers I've ever been given, to be honest, was after the sentinel node biopsy. So that was that biopsy that gave me that big cut under my arm. So no, I haven't really been given any great big kind of painkillers or anything. However, anti-sickness, yeah, because they just give you, I've got a big bag downstairs full of medication, because what it is it's just medication to combat the side effects of the one before. So you've got your chemo, and what your chemo is going to do to you is it's going to you take your steroids beforehand. So I'll go back to the EC chemo, which is the original one I had, and explain that. So you take steroids beforehand so that your body can cope with the poison that's going to be put in. If you see. So you take your steroids beforehand, and then you take a really strong painkiller which goes straight into the nausea centre of your brain. Did you know you had a nausea centre in your brain? I didn't. So it goes straight into the nausea centre of your brain, and it kind of works there immediately, so it stops you being sick. And then they leave you with 2 different other kind of anti-sickness tablets. One's like you have to take 1 a day, and one's like you take it as and when you're feeling really ill. I do strong 400ml 84. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, I think that's what I've been I think that's what I've been using, Emily. It's just that you can only buy one packet or 2 packets. You can only go through the till with 2 packets. I'm not going to overdose, but nobody believe me, I don't suppose. Yeah, so, but then what they do, Anne-Marie, is they then give you tablets to combat the side effects of the tablets that you're taking. So you then get indigestion tablets, you're going to get constipation, so you've got to go get your own Senokot, and then you might have diarrhea, then you might have, it's just, it's the best thing that I find is, seriously, when it knocks me out, I just sleep, because sleep's the best thing for recovery anyway, and you know, you sleep through it, you do sleep through it. But this time was a bit different because I had to have, oh, I forgot, I haven't told you about injecting myself. I had to have steroids. I'd start the steroids the day before the chemo. So I had 4 steroids morning, 4 steroids night, afternoon, each day for 3 days, including the day of chemo. Now, steroids keep you awake at night. So you've got to be careful when you take them in the afternoon, and I was taking them too late, so I was like waking up at like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. It was just like, oh. But yeah, and then they've left me with 5 syringes, and that is to increase all the white blood cells in my body, because my immune system, the chemo this time was really going to affect my immune system. So for 5 days after chemo, I've had to inject myself in my belly. I didn't like that. I mean, I got a bit used to it by end. By end, it was just like, oh, for God's sakes, just stick it in and plunge it in. Whereas the first time, it was like, I just couldn't bring myself to like pierce the skin. And the nurse was there, and she was like, go on, just do it. And I was like, oh God. And then the first time I had to do it myself, oh my God, that wasn't good either. But anyway, that's been really pointless. I don't know. I've just rambled on. My makeup's done, so I just need to try and attempt to do something with my hair, whether it be a hat or a plait, I'm not sure. But it's definitely coming away. I can definitely, you know, partings are getting bigger, all that kind of stuff. But it's still holding in there, and it's still holding in there at the moment, I reckon about 50%. So can't moan too much. And yeah, that's it. I think I'm done. Can't really talk to you about anything else, can't think about. So if you've got any questions, if anybody anywhere has any concerns about breast cancer, I'm certainly not an expert, but I can help you, I can advise you. I'm here if you need to know anything. And that's about it. I'm gonna go grab some brekkie, probably coconut jam on toast. That is my thing right now. And that's it really. And I'm gonna keep applying serum to these dry areas and try and get rid of them. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I know I just ramble. I don't prepare anything. I just come on and I just ramble. And if there's anything that you've seen, obviously I've got to try and tell you. If there's anything that you've seen that I've put on my face that you quite fancy having a look at, give me a shout. I'll be sticking on a lip stain before I kind of like leave the house a little bit later for an appointment. And that's it. Oh, coconut jam, Jane. Yes, it is literally a whole food made out of coconut nectar and coconut flesh, I believe. And it looks like Marmite when you put it on your toast, and it tastes fabulous. I love it. Oh, thanks, Anne-Marie. Thank you. See ya. Bye.